In quarter 4, I had one main goal. That was to develop the last parts of my company, starting with the speed bike. In previous quarters, it was all about how I could set myself up well for the future, but this time I wanted to make my company the best in all of the segments. First off, I had to see how my company was doing as a whole, which is always a little bit scary, but after seeing my company market share was at 36%, which is over 20% more than the next highest company, I knew I was doing all right. Along with this, my scorecard showed great improvement when it came to financial and market performance. All in all, in the simulation, I do have the top performing company at this time. When it came to comparing myself to others in the class, I am near the top of the middle pack, but I'm hoping to get towards the top. With a score of 45 in total performance for my last quarter and 55 for the current, it's looking good, but I need to get that up to about the 90s by the end. With this, I thought it was a great time to do my final expansions. So when it came to my last 2 quarters, I'll be focusing on what is working rather than developing new products in stores like I am now. So with that being said, I spent time working on a speed bike, which is called the Z bike, compared to my last 2 bikes being called the X bike and the Y bike. This will open myself up to all markets and hopefully propel myself above the competition. When it came to the design of the bike, it is almost exactly the same as the top performing speed bike, but I undercut their prices so that if the market had to choose one, it would be mine. Then it came to advertising my bikes, which I mirrored how I had advertised them in the past. The only change was with the mountain bike. Since I had the top performing one, I added that to my ad. That should give me the edge in all future sales compared to the rest. Next, I thought it was a good opportunity to open my final store. This was the only decision I had to think about a lot, whether I should or should not. Since the original 3 were doing so well, it would be worth opening a 4th one, even though it would cost a lot. When it came down to it, I figured with sales going well, there's no time better than now. This did come with some risk. As with opening a new store, there's always a lot of risk and can be kind of nerve-wracking. This is why I looked into the market of Bangalore, which is the new store, and saw which bike did best in that market. The way I found it was going back to quarter 1 to see which markets were best in Bangalore, which was the recreation, which was my top seller. And with that, I decided it probably should be opened. In the end, I hope I don't stress myself out too much with opening a new store and creating a new bike. And hopefully I don't stretch my company too thin and it can continue to do well in the future.